What's up, guys? Today we're going to check out Farmville, North Carolina, a map released by an OG map creator for Farm Sim, DR Modding. Let's check it out. First of all, before we get into checking out this map, I haven't gone into it at all. I saw on Facebook that he posted a deal about it, and I got really excited because, for those of you who don't know, DR Modding is an old legend when it comes to Farm Sim maps. He makes some really amazing maps, and he's back for Farm Sim 22. So this is going to be my first look at the new map along with you guys. If you want to get this map, there's a link in the description down below of this video. I don't usually do that, but I will provide a link to the map down below. All right, so we're going to load up the game here and launch in Farm Manager on the career mode. We're also going to tab over and make sure we select Farmville, North Carolina. And these are the mods that we're going to be using for this video. These are all the mods that come with Farmville, North Carolina. If you do not see all these additional mods, you will want them. You will need them in your mod folder. By the way, guys, while this loads, I just want to let you guys know that we will be going to 3 videos a week starting next week. Now, I know what you're saying. You're saying, whoa, hold on. Why are we getting less content? It's because I want to put even more time, thought, and care into those 3 videos. I want to make them insanely good videos for you guys to enjoy. And that's why we're going to experiment with it. We're going to do 3 videos a week for the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 years. I don't know. We'll find out how it works. All right, so we've spawned into the game. It's August 1st at 8 a.m. and we're on a porch. Now, this is, like I said, my first time loading in the map. And I got to say, it looks pretty beautiful. First thing we're going to do is go and look at the overall map. All right, guys, here is almost the entire map. There's a train that runs along the south side going past 26 over to 19. There are a few roads, looks like maybe 2, potentially 3 highways and some dirt roads. Looks like there might be a town down in the bottom left-hand corner. Overall, we're going to figure out what all of these look like. Also, maybe a major grain complex over in the mid-right side of the map. So we're going to go ahead and check out the farm that we spawn on here. And why am I getting the dogs? Oh, hey, bud. Whoa, you were a demon dog. Did you just walk through that? Can I? Oh. In case you guys didn't know, apparently you can walk through the guardrail, so no collisions on that. But the game looks beautiful, doesn't it, buddy? Doesn't it, buddy? I'm trying to pet you. How do I... Oh, okay, no, that's fine. We got a big, beautiful house here with some flowers up front. We've got a trigger at the front door to sleep. And do we have one in order to change our pet in the back? It does not seem like it. Now, since we did start on Farm Manager, we do already have some equipment. So we've got a little car park here with a base game truck parked. We've got a little open greenhouse situation going on here. I actually really like that. I thought it was going to be chickens at first, to be honest. This particular farm does have a water cell point right here, as well as a old fuel tank and the weather station beeping away over here. Additionally, we have 1 shed and 2 grain bins. In fact, this shed looks very similar to Grant's shed in real life. I believe this is the Western Iowa shed, one of those mods that you have to pick up. In here, we do have some equipment already set. Once again, all base game equipment is going to be set in here. A nice Kinsey planter, some nice John Deere equipment, really nice Wilson trailer, and looks like a speed till over here, or mock till I should call it. Then moving out of the side of the shed, you have your GSI grain bins. These are ones where you have to load at the top, unload at the bottom, and looks like there's not even any paths or anything, so you may have to come in here, rock a new pad here, or you're going to be dealing with some mud. Now, an interesting situation here, you start on Farm Manager. It's supposed to give you the land and the equipment, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe it only gives you the equipment, but you can go ahead and purchase the land. You can purchase the farm itself for $58,000, and the surrounding fields are divided up as well. Some of those fields do have properties on them, but again, you can select individual fields, and I'm trying to find a property that you can select, but I do not seem to find one. So it looks like aside from the main farm there, you're going to almost always be buying a field with your land. I guess unless you want this little square down here, you can buy this square for $13,000. I don't know what you would use it for, but you can do it. And as you guys can see on the front of the vehicle here, we do have custom North Carolina plates built into the map as well. So when you put your plates on your vehicles, they will be the correct North Carolina plate. Very cool. But now driving out of the main farm, you got a nice tree path here, nice white picket fence. I love the detail. You got the trash bins right up front. And I do not see that you can actually interact with these. It says they're too heavy. If you have a pick up anything mod, you probably will be able to pick those up. You've also got, of course, your mailbox. I'm loving the detail here. You've got all your power system, your power lines and everything. Transformers look very cool. The road is a very nice road here. This is a nice black top. It's rather narrow, so it'll be a little bit interesting to drive down. No shoulders really on this highway. So first thing we're going to do is head down the bottom of the map towards the bottom right of the map up here. But as you can see in this area, at least the fields are rather large and flat. We do have a railroad crossing. Once again, I talked about a railroad here. Want to just stop and make sure that those train is coming, and oh, actually there is. Look at that. As we can see, the cross arms go down, the train, standard game train goes by. Very, very cool. And now they go back up so we can continue. So headed down this direction now, we see, so there's some nice creeks here. I'm going to stop all the traffic. Howdy, buddy. There's some nice creeks here that I really, really like. You got your drainage pipes. This runs all the way back through this whole section. This just meanders. There's, oh, apparently a bunch of deer with an old wooden train bridge right here. I mean, the level of detail in this map is insanely good. That's one thing that DR Modding has always been fantastic about, is making his maps feel real, feel authentic. And it's just always really well done. So I'm happy to see this map release in 22. So I was about to say all these fields are so flat and they feel like we're at the bottom of a basin, like a river floodplain. And then I look over here to the right and guess what we have? A literal floodplain happening right here. So that is awesome. Remember how I just got done saying that these always feel like how they would feel in real life, and there's always some level of authenticity to how the map feels. Well, like I was about to say, it looks like a floodplain area, and here we are. We've got some standing water on the side of the road. Very cool. Now, that is the edge of the map right there, so do not attempt driving any farther. As you can see, the map doesn't render anything beyond it. Now, one thing I am curious out of my just own questioning here is I see a lot of trees on this map, and if you don't have the more trees mod, then you end up in a situation where you can't actually place many trees. So look, I knew it. Look at that, too many trees. We have not placed a single tree on this map, and we've already been told there's too many trees. We need the more trees mod if you want to add any trees to this map. Otherwise, your only option, let's say you're on console and you can't get the more trees mod, your only option is to head out, cut down a bunch of trees, and for every one tree you cut down, you gain one tree ability to place somewhere on your farm. That's not necessarily an issue with this map. That's a common issue with like every map does the exact same thing, but it's definitely something that you guys should be made aware of. Let's head to a different part of the map here. Okay, so we're just up the street from the original farm where we spawn, and we are met with another road. Now, this road I thought initially would be another highway, but as we can see, it does not have markings. This is nothing more than a small county road. It is paved, which is nice, but it is just a small county road. Now, one thing I'm noticing is there's not much of a ditch in this area. Now, there are parts of the US that are like this, where you can really just drive on to the road, right off the road, and there's very little change in elevation. However, where I'm from, that is not the case. So I can't speak to North Carolina. I don't know, but it looks good. We're gonna go ahead and turn around here and check out the other direction on this road. Once again, all fairly flat. There are some homesteads around that you could probably use for yourself if you really wanted to. This is warning us we got a stop sign right up here, so we're gonna slow down, watch for that car. They're gonna turn that way, so you know what, let's just head north. So as we can see right here, this is interesting. This ditch got a lot more prominent all of a sudden. I was just talking about that. We can almost bury our whole truck into that ditch. So It does have a variety. It just depends where you are on the map, so it seems. Once again, gonna show this off. I love the guardrails here as you get into an area where there's a creek with some pipe, what do they call it? You know, the piping, man, I'm gonna draw a plank. It's drainage piping, essentially, is what it is. But anyways, you got another creek through here, or maybe just some sort of, I don't really know. This doesn't really look as wet. This might just be a deer trail going through here with plenty of deer to fit. So, hey, it makes sense. All right, so this area up here is where things start to look interesting for me. First of all, we can see that we got a sign for two towns, Farmville and Fountain. So we're going to turn right and see if we actually end up in Fountain, like it said. This right here, cool turn. You got the chevrons on it, guardrails, very cool. Got a neat bridge right back there, some gravel, little paths to these fields and stuff. It looks very good. I've gotten into some steeper ditches here. Hold on, wait a minute. So I know I keep looking at these, but yeah, see, these just lead back to some cute little areas. Look at this, you got a little dock on this pond. The water is not like a really pretty water. It's kind of a farm pond water, like got a bit of green to it. It's kind of gross. But then right over here, you can see there's some sort of pumping station for something. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know what that's for. And there's some interesting fields to get to. I mean, looking at this field right back here, which is kind of cool, you have to go like over this drainage pipe, but around the back of this field, over to these trees, and run down the side of a tree line all the way around this one field until you get to a fork, where you can then run it all the way back to the road. So very cool. I do love a lot of the road layouts and just the fields on this map so far. Okay, so we're pretty much at the edge of the map, but this area here catches my eye because it looks like a few segments of like flattened pads or something. I don't know quite what's going on here, but you can see it right here. I'm trying to make it out. I don't know if it doesn't look like there's supposed to be any buildings or anything here, but I feel like it's an opportune place to build if you really wanted to. Okay, we're turned around now, headed the other direction back towards that T intersection, and we're gonna check out the northernmost point that you can reach by road on the map. So once again, gonna turn to the right, and we're gonna see if we can come in contact with, well, that said south? Whoa, is this map upside down? We'll confirm that in a minute here. Oh, there's a road right here. Let's go ahead and take this. I did not know that this was here. Looks like this just leads back to a house with a neat bridge going over the river. Oh, an actual river. Very cool. And let's see. I think that's about it. Yep, this is going to be the edge of the map. We're literally right here. But this was neat. There's a meandering river through the north part of this map. So let's go back, and it looks like this trail kind of follows the tree line, which follows the river here. And I don't know how far back this goes. I think it just leads to a field. Ooh, you got to be careful or you end up in the river there. Yeah, we're just following around along this meandering river here. Woo, bump. Holy cow. There's like a pad here. Ooh, look at this. So you got this rock face right out here. This is perfect. Right here, doing some fishing, right? You're gonna stand here on your rock, you're gonna do a bit of fishing. You can actually see the motion in this river is it's cool. It's a neat little river. But then continuing from this cool, honestly, potential camping spot, you got a little, what I would call a walking trail, as I don't think you're really going to be driving this. And it leads down to, once again, another cool point where the river actually forks in two different directions. So yeah, this is actually a really neat little area on the map. And we are going to take the opportunity to test something. If you drive into the river, you will still be able to drive your vehicle. It's not going to cause it to shut off or anything. It's not overly deep, but it is deep enough that you can tell you're driving through a river. I suppose we'll take this opportunity to join back onto the roadway here, and we'll just head down this direction ever so slight, and we'll be at the junction right near where we turned earlier. So now the last place on this map we really have to check out is northbound this direction. It's a little weird. Northbound appears to be technically southwest bound, and then southbound appears to be northwest or northeast bound. So the map is flipped or the signs are wrong. I don't know which. Because generally speaking, you would say that looking at a map, if you go to the top, it's north, to the bottom, it's south, right? Well, the direction we're currently heading, it says we're heading north. So as you can tell, we're technically going north, but facing south. So there's some interesting deal going on there. Once again, unique street signs. We're on US 258 and May. That's what this intersection is. And this also brings you to the lovely town of Farmville. They got a sign right there in that fork, and you can take the road right off over there. Now, there's not really a town per se, just a very large grain complex area here, but a very cool grain complex at that. The very cool bridge here. Train goes right by and through this area. Very cool overall. You do come across the town now with a diner and a gas station and bowling alley. All the basic, stock game buildings are kind of crammed in this bottom corner here, but it looks good, so I'm not really complaining. I think it all looks very cool. I think you got a lot of useful space. I think you could definitely have some fun with this town. I do prefer having 2 towns on a map, but I think this will do, as it's pretty well detailed. Cars parked on the street, a nice little main drive through town here. It's really not that bad overall. And of course, here in town, you got to deal with the classic train crossing. But there you guys go. I mean, that is pretty much the entire map here. If you guys want to check out this map for yourself, there's a link in the description down below. Let me know what I missed and what other cool features are on this map in the comments down below. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.